I'm Haley, and this is my library, and this is my friend Ashlyn's library, and her husband Ian's. And for the next week, her and I are going to swap libraries, so I can have access to any of her books, and she gets to have access to any of mine, including my own romance book that I just got advanced copies of, meaning it's not even the final edit, but technically she does have access to my entire library this week. So let's go over to hers and let her pick out my first read. Welcome to Ashlyn's library, and technically your husband Ian's.
Yeah.
Your part of the library technically starts right here.
Yes, technically right here and then over. And then over here we have a mixture of both of ours because it's like our classic baby mini shelf.
Oh, right, because Ian reads classics too.
Yes.
What genre dominates your bookshelves?
That's so hard, but I feel like I own a lot of romance books. This is romance up there. Emily Henry, dedicated shelf.
love this.
And then romance over here. Romance here. This is like more of my general fiction, historical. Lots of fantasy, but
Romance, then fantasy.
I would say so.
Then literary fiction or
yes.
thriller? No.
I think literary fiction.
Yeah.
Because this is like thrillers, unless we're counting Stephen King. That's a whole other thing.
I'm gonna insert clips of how many Stephen King books they have. Here are the first books that I noticed that I don't own in my library that I would be intrigued to read. But for prompt number 1, Ashlyn is going to pick me a book to read from her library that I do not own.
Can I just say this is so hard? I want to give you a million books and be like, please read all of them, tell me every single thought that you have. But if I had to pick one from my library that you do not have, I'm so nervous. Because this book, I feel like there's a disclaimer.
Oh.
So I need to give it to you and then ask for your permission.
Okay.
Okay, shall I grab it first?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any thoughts on like what the genre is?
I feel like you're gonna give me not a romance book.
Very interesting. Almost like it's like I'm predictable.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah. Recursion by Blake Crouch. Okay, I know you tried reading this during your 50 States in 50 Days series. And I know the first either like chapter or prologue gave you nightmares. First chapter is scary.
Yeah.
Because it's like very dark. And I want to say it gets better, but it does and it doesn't. The first chapter is very jarring, if that helps a little. But you don't have to read this, I can pick something else.
I would love to read this.
Are you serious?
Yes. I do have faith that I will love this book, especially because you rated it 5 stars, right?
6, a million.
6 stars is like a must read.
Yes, like I don't reread books, but this is one of those books where I'm like, I'll reread it every single day for the rest of my life.
No way.
Yes, because I think every time you read it, you can take something away that you didn't notice the first time.
Ooh. So it's the type of book where the reveal at the end makes you want to read it again?
Yes.
That rhymed.
Yes. You should be an author. This book follows Helena and Barry. And Barry is a detective for the NYPD, and then Helena is a scientist. And it's really interesting following both of their POVs because you're seeing this, what seems like a disease is affecting people worldwide, and it's called FMS, false memory syndrome. So imagine you wake up one morning and have false memories of a life that you lived. You have a different husband, you have children, a completely different life that feels so real, but it's not.
Real?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it seems like a mind disease until you realize it's literally, you're messing with the fabric of time and space itself. I really have wanted you to read it because I just read The Ministry of Time, which I know is like a 6-star book for you.
Yes.
It also is dealing with the fabric of space and time.
Yeah.
And the stakes are very high, and same for this one.
I'm so excited. I think I will like this a lot too.
I think you will too.
My first update starts on page 97. This book is crazy, and I'm already so happy that you're making me read this. Like, so happy. And it's so fun because it's the type of reaction where you want to tell someone about it. So to have you and Ian here and be able to be like, yes, this just happened. Yes,
where you're at.
It's perfect.
So fun.
This is one of the most fun reading experiences I feel like I've had in a while.
That's all I need to hear. I'm gonna be here all night
No.
while you're reading every single page.
Book 2. Let's get it. The next day, I'm now on page 146 of Recursion. It feels like there's already been 20 jaw-dropping moments, and it's only page 156. This is the most unputdownable book I've read in so long. It's the type that you want to recommend to every single person you know immediately, and to also hear their feedback and see their reactions. But I feel like it's so perfect for people who don't read often, because I know this one will be hard to put down. This is insane. I just want to sit here and read this for the rest of the day. This needs to be a movie. It's so crazy. I'm wearing a different blue sweater now, but it's the same day, and this book is getting so crazy. So I'm sitting down again, and I'm just gonna try to read as much as possible. I actually just got to book 3, and I could not be more excited. I cannot imagine being the editor on this book and trying to make sure there are no plot holes when it's a time travel plot. Kudos to the author and the team for doing that. I finished Recursion last night, so now I need a new book from Ashlyn's library, but I also need to give her the review.
I'm not ready.
I will give you my review of Recursion, and then I'll give you the star rating.
Okay.
I really don't have much to review because I've already said so many times, this book is insane. I can't put it down. I want to recommend it to everyone. Okay, so we won't go back over that. One of the themes that I thought was the most beautiful thing that I've ever read in a book is that the pain, aka the grief he was feeling in the present, only existed because he experienced something beautiful in the past. And I think that's so cool, which is kind of similar in The Ministry of Time, which is a 6-star read for me. Time travel is something that we all do in our heads when you think about the past.
Yes.
So I think it's really cool for time travel to be real in the books and then also be used as a metaphor that you can apply to your real life.
And I love that there's actual consequences.
Yes.
Just like in reality.
I could not guess what could be the solution to their problems, and I really enjoyed the solution because I was like, we're in so deep at this point. I don't know if he could write anything that would satisfy this.
Right.
But then he did. Are you ready for the star rating?
No. I'm so excited and so nervous because it feels like a piece of me.
Well, I'm gonna give this... I wanted to prank you again. I was gonna say 3.75 because that sounds realistic, but come on, I rated it 5 stars.
I knew it. Okay, this is like the friendship test because I'm like, okay, The Ministry of Time, and then I read it. And another reason I'm like, you have to read Recursion. I just knew you'd love it.
I wish I could give you like an award for this because I don't think I have that many 5 stars this year. That's pretty crazy. Now I have to choose a book from your library that I don't own in mine.
Yeah, I'm so excited because I don't know what you're gonna pick.
So for the first prompt, I wanted Ashlyn to pick a book from her own library. She did, and it was a 5-star read. So for this second book, I wanted to choose something that she owns in her library that I don't. So I chose The Prison Healer, which is a young adult fantasy that I'm always shocked that I haven't bought yet. And for Ashlyn's video, she did in fact take the romance book that I wrote, and if you want to see her thoughts on it, you'll have to go to her channel. Oh my gosh, what?
I love this. Never in all my hours spent pondering Declan's whereabouts did I consider the coffee shop 3 blocks from my childhood home. It felt like spending years trying to break into a laptop only to find out the password was password. That's so good.
This is crazy.
I know. I can't believe this.
This is my 3rd day reading The Prison Healer, and I'm on page 372 out of 400, I think, and I've heard that the end of this book is crazy. We've already gotten some crazy reveals, so I am very excited for these last 30 pages. This is a slow-moving book, but I think it has been and will be worth it. Let's find out. Oh no. Wait, what? I have full body chills. I cannot believe that last page. I saw all the reviews saying the ending was crazy, but I didn't guess any of that. Wow. I don't even own this book, but now I need the whole trilogy. I'm about to tell Ashlyn my review of The Prison Healer, but before I do that, I got a package from the sponsor of today's video, Book of the Month. They are a monthly book subscription service, and they have a team of readers who read books full time and try to pick the best ones. I actually got to interview Brianna, the editorial director, in the Book of the Month offices. She reads 5 books a week, and she gave me a personal recommendation in that YouTube video, and it was a 5-star read, which is kind of like what being subscribed to Book of the Month is like, because sometimes it's authors that I love, like Stephanie Garber, and sometimes it's someone that I've never heard of before. So this month I chose Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. This is a special edition, which is so amazing. She wrote one of my favorite YA fantasy series, so I am so excited to read this, and especially going into fall, I feel like this is going to be perfect. genuinely so excited to read this. And then I also got The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand and her daughter Shelby Cunningham. I listened to Ellen Hilderbrand's podcast about writing and she's been talking about this book for so long. There's literally fall trees on this cover and it's about an academy, so it's just so perfect. I'm so excited to read this too. So if you want to sign up, you can use my link in the description and use code JACKET to get your first book for $5 plus a free hat of your choice. And as you can tell by the shelf, I highly recommend. I finished this book. Stakes are a little bit lower for this review because you didn't recommend this to me. I just snatched it off your shelf.
Yes.
And you haven't read this.
No.
I kind of want to convince you to read it because you do own this. This is your copy of the book. Because I will say, we follow a small cast of characters, kind of found family vibes actually, but mostly the prison healer, and she has been in this very secure prison for 10 plus years. And there's like a little bit of a prologue, so you kind of know why she's there, but also you kind of don't. And she's just healing the patients that are coming into the prison, or the ones who already are there. She's just like, she's the nurse of the prison, pretty much.
And so she's a boss.
Yeah.
Maybe not a literal boss.
Yeah, she's not really a boss because she's in prison. But this place is cutthroat, okay?
Oh.
People die within a few weeks. But she's been here for 10 years.
Wow.
She's 17? Wait.
Does she feel older?
Yes, 17. I thought she was like 20 something this whole book. With every fantasy book, there's a rebellion group.
Okay.
The rebel queen gets sent to this prison and she's very sick and she keeps getting coded messages saying you must keep the rebel queen alive. There's also a little subplot of romance. It's a trilogy, so I feel like it's gonna be slow burn crumbs. Overall, I think the book is written in a way to where it's fed to you very slowly and you can tell that all of the information matters, you just don't necessarily know why. So it's kind of like a relaxing paced book. It's not gonna get your heart thumping necessarily. The writing is also very straightforward. I know we were just talking about on your channel, we like a very flowery writing style, and so I wish that there was a little bit more of that in here, which I know a lot of people actually like when it's just cut and dry, straight to the point, which is what this is. But I think you should read this, not only because you own it, but because of the last page.
What?
You have to read it for the last page.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
We gotta read the trilogy together. Especially for the fall coming up. I felt like this was perfect for the fall. I'm gonna give this book 3.75 stars, which sounds lower.
Dang! But for the first book of a trilogy?
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty high.
That's so hopeful. I'm so glad that you read it. And now I'll read it so we can read it together, the rest of it.
Hopefully you have motivation now.
Yes, I definitely do.
Second book, done. Now I need something to read. But instead of your library, now you have to pick a book from my library that's on my TBR. Because I need to be forced to just read the books on my TBR.
Okay, well now I feel like since you've read a fantasy, mystery, thriller, sci-fi, I think we should kind of stay in that vein a little.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the opposite.
Usually one would.
This is my TBR shelf.
Okay.
There's 2 new editions. I am so excited to read this. Not to influence you, but you know, any of these. I've been meaning to read all of these for so long, so.
Okay, I don't know if you saw this coming at all, but this book is criminally underhyped, and I would love for you to read it. It is The Dagger in the Flame!
Wow, that is criminally underhyped because I don't know anything about this. Is it a young adult fantasy? Okay.
It's young adult romantasy. To me personally, it read more new adult. I feel like the plot is young adult romantasy. I don't know if that makes sense, but like language and other things, not so much. But this is so interesting because this is enemies to lovers done perfectly.
You don't normally like enemies to lovers.
Okay, in fantasy, I love it.
Oh.
But in romance...
Right, because they're like actual enemies.
Actual enemies. That's what I love, especially when I'm convinced there's no way that they could ever be lovers. And so basically, this follows Sarah and Ransom. And sorry, I read this last October.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a hot minute, but there's still so many things that stand out to me about it. Basically, Sarah's mom is murdered. Sarah ends up joining this underground gang, which is very interesting because there are 2 rivals that's kind of going on actively in the catacombs. So it's
the catacombs?
Yes.
Is that just underground?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like crazy. It's like a maze.
Ooh.
Underground.
Okay.
And they absolutely despise each other.
Ooh.
And it's between the daggers and the cloaks. There's assassins and thieves, and Ransom is sent to kill Sarah. She's a part of the rival gang, and there is magic in here, but it's explained and it's pretty simple.
Okay.
So if you like more simple magic, that's perfect. I'm so excited for you to read this.
This is a great pick because it's been on my TBR shelf for a year, I think, and I never hear anyone talk about it, so it's hard to get the motivation to pick it up. So this is perfect. And I've been in a fantasy mood randomly. Might be because it's September and it feels like it's about to be fall.
Yes.
So I'm really excited for this. Ashlyn chose The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. So I got started on it a little bit last night, and I am so excited to get back into it because I was floored by how much I like it. I swear that this statement will connect to what I'm saying, but Ashlyn just read my book for her video, and my writing style is very flowery, and I love a simile and a metaphor. And in her review, she was talking about how she also really likes books with that writing style. And so this one has that as well, but it's a fantasy book, and I feel like it's less common in fantasy books. It starts off with some natural mystery and some magic, and you don't really know what's going on. It has a sinister undertone in like a lighthearted way. I don't know how that makes sense, lighthearted and sinister, but it does in the book. And then, like Ashlyn was saying, her mom dies in the first chapter, and she's running away from this burning house. And the magic system is so fun. There's this substance called shade, and it's this black powder that is magical. So the daggers consume it to give them powers, but it's like a drug. It's not good for you. And the cloaks never consume it, but they wear it, so they can like be cloaked in shadows and steal stuff. It's just so fun so far. And she has this little dog companion. So I'm only 50 pages in, but I'm gonna sit down and read for a while, and I'm very excited to get back into it.
And everybody's got to run.
It is the next day, and I just hit page 200 of The Dagger and the Flame. I think this book is 500 pages, so I didn't realize that going in, but it's pretty fast paced. We have a few different mysteries going on. We have some mysterious deaths. We have her mother's past and how it applies to the present, why her mother was killed in the first place. I'm not sure yet, but I'm wondering if there's a love triangle in this. I don't know how many books this series is meant to be. I know Ashlyn said the second one comes out this December, which is not that far away. But yeah, it's really fun. I really like the side characters too, like all of Seraphine's friends. But it's so interesting when I read fantasy because it's so plot driven, and usually when I read romance or any book really, I just care about the character development. So they could be in a tiny town, in a house, me describing my own book. Like they could be in a tiny coastal town, be in a few different locations, and I'd love it. But that's true of my writing and of stuff that I love to read. It really can be pretty simple. I just want like at least 2 characters that I really like to follow. And this one has 2 characters that I like to follow, but it's very much about the politics of the world and the mysteries going on. So I'm really liking it so far. Also loving how much fantasy I've been reading at least the past 2 weeks or so, because it's just a green flag when I'm into fantasy and it's about to be fall, because those things go so well together in my mind. The little tiny dog sidekick is kind of like Spock.
And ain't nobody gonna hold you.
I wanted to match the book today. Welcome back, Ashlyn.
Oh, wait, now I'm actually kind of nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
Time for my review of The Dagger and the Flame. I finished this. I did film my reaction at the very beginning.
Ooh.
I absolutely loved it at the very beginning, and I was shocked by how much I liked it. I loved Pippin, the little terrier. I think they described the dog as a terrier, which is what Spock is. And I just love a good animal sidekick. Have you read Assistant to the Villain?
No, I haven't.
That one, there's a frog who can like communicate via signs.
Wait, that's so cute.
It's like, I just love that so much. So I think we need more of that in fantasy, and this one had it. I think as the book went on, it's definitely more plot driven, politics driven.
Yes.
Magic system, world building. And I think through reading this, I learned that I, as a reader, am definitely more of a character driven person over a plot. And even for fantasy books, I love when the backdrop and the magic system is really cool and it's there and there's plot for them to get into, but it's mostly, I love the characters. I really liked Seraphine's character. She was very strong and determined, and that was really fun to read, and I believed all of her motivations completely. And then Ransom, who is the other POV that you follow, I liked him, but I wasn't endeared to him necessarily, and their attraction to each other is pretty immediate.
Did you feel like it was insta love for them?
A little insta love, for sure. And I thought there was gonna be a love triangle, but there wasn't.
Oh, I kind of feel like there still might.
True.
But I don't know.
I also really liked all the names that she chose for everyone. Just random.
Dude, that was insane.
That was such a good reveal.
Dude! Okay, talking about this again, it's reminding me of why I loved this book.
Overall, I think this author is really a master at the world building and the plot and the magic and the politics. It all makes sense. And I didn't realize this, but I've actually read another book by this author.
Wait.
Twin Crowns. But this has 2 authors, Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. And I remember at the time, I didn't really love this one. It was like a 3-star. So I never continued this series. But this one I think I would, but the end was really good. So I think I'm gonna give this.
Okay.
3.5 stars.
Wait, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and what did you rate it?
I rated it a 3.75. Like, maybe I should have rated it a 4. But at the time, I think next year I need to revisit my rating system because it's a little crazy.
That'd be interesting.
Dang. Okay, so we were like kind of close.
But I will say, I'm so glad you chose this because this has been sitting on this shelf for so long and I haven't gotten something off the shelf
Yeah.
in a while, it feels like.
I feel like this book is so underrated. It reminds me, I feel like a lot of people that kind of like Powerless, like Romantasy, ACOTAR, stuff like that. I feel like this could be a fun one to pick up and read.
I agree.
If you like that. So do you think you would continue on?
I will if you do.
Okay.
You guys should go watch Ashlyn's video. We did the same prompts but on her channel and she took stuff from my library, including, like I've mentioned, the book that I wrote. I think you are one of the first people on YouTube to read it.
I can't believe that.
It's nerve-wracking. Go to her channel to see what she rated it and she was completely and brutally honest.
Yes.
It was brutal.
I hold nothing back.
Go watch that. Thanks for letting me take stuff from your library.
Dude,
Thank you so much for allowing me to just be in your presence and in your library for a week. This has been so magical.
I agree.
Swapping libraries for a week was so fun, but I think the best part was receiving my books back from Ashlyn with all of her thoughts written in the margins. It's like having a conversation with someone, but through books. Potentially one of my favorite ways to have a conversation.